Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the SketchUpArchStudio. I'm Surush and today we have some new tutorial about maquette rendering in the Enscape. So let's get to work. I'm gonna open the SketchUp environment. I have these models in here. As you can see, this is my main house without any type of objects or full equipment materials. It's only the colors and some simple surfaces. And this is my Maquette environment. As you can see, some type of office I created with the Enscape asset library, and it's really wonderful. If you want to see the preview of it, I can show you in here. As you can see, this is our office in this place, and if I go back, you can see this house too. So how I am going to create maquette render in the SketchUp and Enscape. For this reason, I'm going to minimize my screen in here, and now time for rescaling. For this reason, this house must be fit in the size with this home in here. So I'm going to select all of these assets in here, convert it to the separated group in here. And after all of these jobs, I'm going to click on the scale option and rescale my job. I'm going to set some number to make sure that it will completely fit with my table and desk. For the first scaling, I'm going to type 0.1 and press enter. As you can see, it converted to this type of model in here, but actually it's bigger than my house or my table. So I'm going to move it on my table right now, like this. I'm going to move it in here, for example. This is my table surface, as you can see. And when I come to the Enscape environment, you can see the size is not matched with the house. So for the second time, I'm going to convert it to the rescale mode. And this time I'm going to type 0.1 again. And now it's much better and fit with my desktop. So I'm going to rotate it a little bit, something like that, and move it on my table surface. Actually, I must say that this table in here I selected right now, it's the Enscape asset library, and all of the objects you see in the house is the Enscape asset library. So I'm going to click on the Enscape in here, and now I have some good scale of my maquette design. So this is one of my environments. My rendering quality I think is on the high mode. I can change it to the medium for some reasons. For example, this is the tutorial and I'm going to talk about how we can render it. So at the last, I'm going to change it to the ultra mode to see highest quality of the Enscape. So I'm going to close it in here, close Enscape again, close my material editor, and now I'm going to move it to the origin point of the SketchUp. So as you can see, I'm going to change it to the 0 and 0 coordination, and I need some roof for my room. So I'm going to draw some rectangle in here, extrude it a little bit, something about 20 centimeters is good, and make to group. So I need some artificial lights. Before I start the Enscape, I'm going to hide this type of roof in here. And now I'm going to click on the Enscape object. So I need one spotlight for my light in here. It's really can be useful, but when you want to draw the spotlight in the Enscape, maybe you get confused. So I suggest to you to draw some vertical line in here, click on the spot. If you want to heading your spotlight to the downside, you must start with the down to upside. This is the point of it. So I'm going to click on it like that, as you can see. And this is my light. I'm going to reduce the luminance and size of the light. For example, 10 is good right now. And if I increase the beam angle, you can see the differences. It will cover more radius of the area. And if I reduce it, it gets much spotter than the past. You can load IES light in the profile option. Actually, IES light have some highest quality than the spotlight. But I'm going to use the spotlight right now. For example, something about 40 degree in here. And now I'm going to move my light on the table. So I'm going to navigate my camera, move it in here, and I think everything is done right now. You can adjust some type of rotations, for example, like this on the Enscape axis setting. So I'm gonna move it in here and deselect it. So I need another light like the sphere light. For this reason, I'm gonna open Enscape object again, and now I'm gonna click on the sphere light. So when I click on the sphere light, double click is enough. And now I'm going to reduce the luminance power and hit it to the roof. Something like this. And actually, I need some copies of this light. For example, one copy in here, and select both of them and take another copy to the right side. Alright, it's good. And the final light I need is the one sphere light for the inside of my Maquette. For this reason, I'm going to click on the sphere light in here, double click, but my light is too big for my Maquette. For this reason, I'm going to reduce it as I can, and it's possible. So I think some number about 1 is good. Now I'm going to move it inside my Maquette. But we have some problem, as you can see. I want to fix it inside of my Maquette, like that. Alright. The light is really bigger than my Maquette, and it's not really useful in my renders. For this reason, why we can use other lights like the self-illuminate. Alright, I'm going to delete this light. I'm going to draw some box in here. Now I'm going to adjust it like that, convert it to the group, select all the faces, material, and add some type of material we want to convert it to the self-illuminated light. For example, Dodge Blue. So now I'm gonna move this object inside my house, as you can see. Something like that is good. Now I'm gonna adjust the position of it a little bit on the blue axis or green axis. Very simple and easy. And everything is done right now. Let's get to work. I'm gonna start rendering, but before it, I'm gonna click on the view option, hidden objects, and unhide my roof in here. So I'm gonna save my profile, and now I'm gonna click on the start Enscape. So before we start the rendering, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe us if you like this video. Alright, let's continue this tutorial. I'm gonna click on the Enscape bar in here. It takes a little bit time. It depends on your hardware, accelerator, and your system. As you can see, it loads us. So I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna change the daylight to the night mode. Actually, something like maybe near to the afternoon, something like this. And I'm going to click on the visual setting in here, sky place, change it to the white cubes, density of the cloud 0, variety 0, and cirrus amount 0. Why I changed these options to the 0? Because if you change the cloud option and cloud density, actually you can control global illumination and GI in Enscape much better than the other rendering engines. Actually, Enscape little bit have some high level of calculation about the light sources. So I'm gonna make this job easy for my Enscape render engine. Alright. I changed my sky to the 0 mode and white cube. Now we have two options for creating Maquette render. First option is the style. When I click on it, I can change it to the polystyrol. And what will happen on my screen is that all of these materials converted to the polystyrol option in here. As you can see, polystyrol is some type of material and have some transmission about the colors and light sources or the shadows. Second way is to convert it to the white mode. When you convert it to the white mode, it's not have some big differences with the polystyrol, but it helps you to manage lights and shadows. But the best option here is the none mode, because I want to convert all the materials same by same. So I'm going to minimize my Enscape in here, come to the material editor in the Enscape. So as you can see, I'm going to zoom on my model in here. We have dodge blue in here. So I'm going to click on it, convert it to the self-illumination. As you can see, what we can see is that the change in the inside of the house. The luminance is too high. I can control it a little bit. Something like, for example, 8. Don't worry about these options. I can check it at the last. The color is the white actually, and the texture color is white too. Now we have some white color in the environment of inside the house. So I'm going to change and reduce luminance to the 2 candela per meter. And in here we have these spotlight, but the position of it is not really good because I want to change it on my Maquette. For this reason, I'm going to come to the SketchUp environment, close the default terrain here, select these objects in here, move them a little bit to the other side. As you can see, it will change immediately in the rendering. So this coffee bar must be deleted in here because we don't need it right now. I select these light and these table light in here and change it to this place. As you can see, now we have some better light in here, and I'm gonna check other items in my environment. So what can I do to change this light on my Maquette? Very simple and easy. I am going to select it, Enscape object, and increase the beam angle. As you can see, we have this type of light on our screen. And now I can reduce it a little bit, about 4 lumens. Now it's much better. And I'm going to come to the inside of my house, like that. And select these light in here. And I'm gonna rescale it a little bit. Now it's much better. And I'm gonna hide it to this place of my wall inside. So I'm gonna move it a little bit like that. Alright, now it's much better actually, and I like these type of models much better. So I'm gonna click on the Enscape object in here and completely change my beam angle to the 90 degree. Now time for other lights like the sphere lights. So I'm going to select one of them. Look at this screen in here. When I increase it, actually lights will increase, and when I decrease it, we have some dark table in here. So I'm going to increase it a little bit like that, and let's get to the material. So now time for the rendering. I'm going to click on the save frame in here, change my camera position, something like that. Click on the FOV, field of view. I'm going to zoom on my model. Very simple and easy. Something about 30 is really good. Or I can decrease it as I can do, for example, 26. So we have some screen like that. Alright, I'm going to minimize this screen here. Click on the Enscape material editor. I start with the medium violet red. This color I think is that. If I change it to the black, we have some scene like this. And if I change it to the creamy, we have some color like this. When you want to render maquettes, be careful about the materials. If you have some white background, you can change it to the red. It must be set with the environment. So I'm going to use some warm and light colors like the wheat color in here. And I'm gonna reduce the roughness a little bit and increase the specular, something like that. Another material is the misty rose in here, so I'm gonna click on it and increase the reflection with decreasing the roughness. Another color is the salmon, so for the salmon I'm gonna change it to some white color or a little bit dark. Another is the tomato. I can change it to the lemon or with color too. At the last we have tan color. The body of the maquette is the tan color, so I'm going to change it to some color about orange, for example, and reduce the roughness of it, and now we have some reflection on our maquette. So you can change it to the width too. It depends on you, and it's completely depends on your taste. So the width is good in here, the roughness is something like that, and I think everything is good right now. Only we have transculate glasses, so I'm gonna increase the opacity a little bit, something like that. And I come to the dodge blue in here, and I'm gonna increase the luminance of it a little bit, and you can see the differences inside the house, something like that. So I'm going to come back to the Enscape rendering environment. Everything is good right now, so I'm going to change the rendering quality to the ultra, as you can see, and I'm going to change the depth of field. So I'm going to turn off the autofocus and play with the focal point to see best place of my rendering, something like that. And I think everything is good in here. If I increase the depth of field, I will have some blurriness on my screen, and when I decrease it, I have some clear screen too. So I think some number about 0.86 is good. We have some perspective option. You can add some outline for make your maquette match realistic. For example, 10 is good. I'm going to click on the image, turn on the auto contrast for sure. I'm going to reduce the bloom option. Lens flare is down in here, and motion blur is not useful. Reduce the vignette. Chromatic abbreviation is not useful in here. Color temperature. I want some warm render, so I'm going to reduce it a little bit. I can. And saturation, I need it too. So atmosphere is not really useful in here. Artificial light blindness. When I increase it, I will have some brighter screen in here, and ambient is not useful because controlling the daylight. So all of these options done right now. So I'm gonna change the dodge blue in here. I think it's a little bit too high value for my inside light. Something like this can be useful. So time for the rendering. I'm gonna click on the screenshot in here and click on the desktop option. Change my image type to the JPG, and the file name is the render no1, and press save. Alright, as you can see, this maquette render has been done for us. It's really wonderful. You can do lots of jobs with the Enscape, like the maquette rendering, realistic animation, and realistic rendering. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please comment your opinion about the Enscape material library and Enscape asset editor. So like and subscribe us. Thanks for your support, and goodbye.